Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with Matt Ryan and the defending NFC champions, the Atlanta Falcons. Welcome in, everyone.
It would be a lot of fun to see how much time the veterans play versus how much time the young guys get.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it.
Difficult to get veteran players to move, to adapt, to add to their game, but Matt Ryan continues to expand, and in 2016, he did it so well. They threw touchdowns to 13 different receivers last season, and that was an NFL record.
Also had a franchise record over 4,900 passing yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. On second down, Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards.
I know that's their first connection in this game, but you and I both know that Julio Jones is without a doubt his quarterback's favorite target.
Oh, yeah, Matt Ryan loves this guy, and who wouldn't?
Yeah, and the reason that he's that is because of his dependability. And quarterbacks have to have that from their receivers, meaning they know where they're going to be when they're running certain routes. They don't break them on them. They don't change them up and do their own freelance stuff and put their quarterbacks in bad situations. Matt Ryan has ultimate trust in Julio Jones.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devonta Freeman taking it in from a yard out. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, Devonta Freeman scored the first points of Super Bowl 51, and he's got the first points here as he's in for 6.
And I don't want to be snarky here. It's going to come off that way a little bit, but that didn't work out so well for them in Super Bowl 51 against New England when he scored the first touchdown in that game. But I like what they've started with here. Now, here's the thing about Freeman. I love his game. Can run it inside, can get to the perimeter, can catch the football, pass protects, has an incredible passion for the game.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their 35-year-old quarterback in his 14th year now, Ben Roethlisberger.
Is it really true that last year he became just the 10th player in NFL history to top 300 career touchdown passes?
How about that?
I mean, where is time gone? I feel like it was his rookie year, and he had that great winning streak to start off his career with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But the best part about his game, 2 Super Bowl rings.
And his 5th Pro Bowl a year ago as well. Out left side here to Bryant. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
On second down, Roethlisberger. Bryant with a catch right side. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The starting defense for the Falcons.
Atlanta's defense is built on speed. We talk about that all the time. But Dontari Poe adds an extra element at the nose tackle position. Big enough to overwhelm centers in the run game. Also quick enough and fast enough to get past them and guards in the pass game. That's exactly why Atlanta went to get him.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Scrambling not particularly a Roethlisberger strong suit, but he does get the job done there and gets a first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 1 quarter in the books. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Throw left side complete. It's Brown. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown from 19 yards away. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And now running right through him. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now Ryan on second down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Short throw pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Boswell for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Freeman again. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he spins past him and into space. Devonta Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devonta Freeman, ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger heading back out there. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route too.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games. So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
12 yards on the return that time, and out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Hayward in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first half highlights and analysis.
LR, plenty to show in this one.
Going to be a busy man at intermission. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. The handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Matt Bosher, 7th-year man from Miami, on to punt. Back deep, Antonio Brown. With it is Brown. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now they'll try the sweep with Bell. And some room to maneuver. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Any team that successfully runs a toss play cannot do it with an offensive line that can't move. You've got to have mobile players, especially those tackles, who can move laterally and seal the edge in order for the back to get upfield.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Going deep. This is caught inside the 15. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes, just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But
Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. On second down, it's Bell. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to lead to a third down.
Really nice pickup on first down. Leaves them with second and short, and you figure, let's go ahead and run it again. But, boy, that outcome leaves you in a difficult third down, doesn't it?
Didn't stand a chance from the start. You could tell they were going in the wrong direction. Roethlisberger will throw. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Collins.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The drive will start with a carry by Devonta Freeman. And not much room there as he'll get it up only to about the 21. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. So we've got a tie game.
Yeah, I'm with you. Who wants highlights from the second week of preseason? Let's get back to the action as we're ready to start the third quarter. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. You know, projections for him were a little all over the board. Some saw him as a day 3 pick, maybe a little bit higher, but here he is, round 3.
I do know teams that had him listed as a first-round talent. I also had teams that had him listed as a day 3 guy, which is rounds 4 through 7. So him going in the third round kind of fit in the middle. I think he's going to have a chip on his shoulder wanting to prove that he should have been taken higher.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
They have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
Come on, let's go! Brand 38!
Now it's Connor. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Here we go with 2nd and 7.
Let's go! 190! 190!
Again, it's Connor. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
The Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. Hits his target, Hunter. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And that one falls incomplete. Trying to dump it underneath. Now 2nd down. This, of course, week 2 of the preseason, but we did have a couple of teams that got the extra game. The Hall of Fame game was played on a Thursday this year between Arizona and Dallas.
Yeah, and they welcomed in this year's Hall of Fame class of 2017. And what a class it was. Morton Anderson, the kicker, Terrell Davis, Kenny Easley, Jerry Jones, Jason Taylor, LaDainian Tomlinson, and Kurt Warner.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's brought down. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Here's Connor. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
On 2nd down, Dobbs under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Duke Riley in there to drop him, and that will go into the books as the first sack of his young NFL career.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
First and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Out of the gun, Dobbs. He finds Coates complete. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Come on, let's go. Brand 38.
They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see.
Back now in Pittsburgh. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter.
Here we go.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. Now a toss. This is Connor. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And he missed it. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. So that's one you almost never see at this level. A wobbler from very short range, and it winds up no good.
All right, Brandon, if he slipped or someone got a hand on it, then I could understand it, but it's almost like you heard a whistle or something that stopped his swing. A very strange result, especially for an NFL kicker.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Okay, work with me here. Make sure I'm clear on this. When inside their own 10-yard line and they run a toss play, I know it works, but ordinarily that takes a lot of chutzpah to do something like that, because only thing more dangerous is trying to throw the ball in that situation and maybe taking a big loss.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people, because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers, because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
First throw off the bench for the veteran Chubb, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 30. And they can't bring him down. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Connor. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late going. They go play action here on 1st down. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Sammy Coates, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are going to take the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it.
Now a loose football. Coleman lost it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover. But if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that to come regular season, he's going to be ready to go. And maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe. And now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So a defensive timeout chance. And get set as we resume action. First and goal, they'll look to smash it in. Maybe a quarterback sneak here into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. They run with Connor, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there, punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face, and I'm thinking I got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Boswell on now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right. All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, I just kept using it.
Here's Schaub. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The veteran Andre Roberts is the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Now Schaub. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Offside. Defense.
So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
He'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. T.J. Watt in there to bring him down, and it'll be a play to remember for that young man. The first sack of his NFL career. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Tyler Matakevich in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Green 39! Green 39!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. Joe, that's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. An unbelievable play there on 4th and long. 56 yards. And the spike comes with 9 seconds left to go. Ten yards still left on 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that late.
And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. And, Charles, you know what coaching...